Hello and welcome back. Now it is a Tuesday, meaning that we have a parenting conversation about to begin. But one of the toughest parenting conversations you can have with your kids is about sex education. Now, when it comes to the value system in your home, a lot of parents probably haven't figured out exactly what their value system is. And it's a delicate process of even couples figuring out what it is before they even introduce it to their children. On Parenting today, we have Olabisis Oni, the CEO of Feto Swine Outfit. Now, she is one of the founders of a value-adding parenting platform where she talks to parents on international parenting methods through their daily activities. Daily activities being the key word there. We're talking about the sex conversation from family values. Welcome to the show.
So much. I'm so glad to be here.
Okay, so now the sex education and sex conversation, the birds and the bees, as it was said back in the day, understanding your body, and so many other ways it's been termed. There are different angles to it, and a lot of parents have no idea how to begin. But let's talk about why it's important to actually begin.
Okay, so it is important to begin sex conversation with your child,
Okay.
because if you don't give them that knowledge and information, they are going to hear it outside.
Okay.
And there's probability that they hear it in a wrong way. And if there's something called the law of first mention.
The law of first mention. Okay.
Like any conversation like about sex, for instance, they hear it from you. So whatever they hear out there, it will be easier for them to come to you and talk to you about it and ask you questions about it.
Okay.
But if it's something they've not heard from you before, as they are hearing it from their peers, maybe friends, school, or out there, or somebody is abusing them in a way, because they've not had knowledge about it, they will just feel it is okay.
Okay.
Whereas it is not okay. So I said sex conversation from family values, system, and structures, so that what knowledge do you have when it comes to sex? So you can give your child that knowledge.
Now, the average parent's knowledge about sex generally could be questionable. Now, where do they actually get the right information to even share with their kids? Because what the average parent probably thinks about sex is just the activity in the bedroom. So it's as if we're telling them to tell their children about the activities in the bedroom. So we need to really...
Okay, so I'm going to break this down now.
Okay, go ahead.
So when a child wakes up today, like currently, teenagers are confused about their gender.
Okay.
So this as conversation can start from there. Who are you?
Okay.
Okay, so like in my home now, how I introduce this to my children is from the creation of the world.
Okay.
God made them male and female.
Okay.
That is our own belief in my family.
Okay.
So a child cannot wake up tomorrow and tell me I feel like a cat.
Okay.
Is it a cat that gave birth to you?
Okay.
So these are the things that you must have been instilling. This is our foundation, male and male. God is not an author of confusion. He didn't create male and male, female and female. He created male and female, and that is it. You cannot wake up tomorrow and say, I feel like a boy, I feel like a girl. That is not going to happen. And even if they are out there and something like that, because there is no way, the whole world is not built in your home, in your corner. They are going to be exposed to some of this thing, but because they have the knowledge, that's what I said, from the ground, so that's the foundation. Then when you move away from that gender thing, then you go to their body parts.
Okay.
Some parents will say that only the vagina and the penis and the breast are the private parts, and that is not true.
So I've had the conversation about personal space with my kids. I had that with them when they were very young. Essentially, for them to understand that anywhere their hands can touch, as long as they swing their hands around their body, is considered their personal space. And I told them that they have the right to tell anyone who encroaches on that space to step back.
Yes.
Now, a lot of families are, they show their love by hugging and touching and pecking on the cheek and things like that. In terms of value systems, where do you stand on this?
Okay, so thank God you said you have giving your children the information
Yes.
about if they are
Personal
not
space,
okay with it, there is nothing wrong. They should speak out.
Okay.
That is why we should not shut our children up when they are talking to us at home, like when adults are talking. Because if you only say that when adults are talking, children should not talk, it means any uncles or auntie can do anything with them. There is a way somebody will touch your neck in an abnormal way that you will start feeling something in you. So every part of your child's body is private to that child, is personal to that child. If any uncle is hugging in a way that is not okay, these are the information you need to give your child boldly. Say no and excuse yourself. You are not a tree. You don't have to remain in a place. You are not comfortable. You are not convenient in a way somebody is touching you or doing something. No matter how old that person, you respect the person, but excuse yourself.
Yeah.
Your no is no. Your body is your body. So when you move away from the body part of a thing, that is when you now move to, okay, who to relate with, your privacy.
Okay, so now that's a very big word, privacy. A lot of children don't actually have privacy. They even live in homes that are very close-knit. They probably don't even have their own bedrooms. They don't have, so they're probably sharing a space with a lot of other siblings, which is the reality of we find ourselves in the society. So how young or how old do we wait before teaching children about things like boundaries, privacy?
From age 1.
From age 1?
Yes.
Okay.
See, there is nothing new under the world. No matter the space you are managing, you can still manage it. You can still draw your structure, cut your coat according to your size. You cannot say because you are living in a one-room apartment, you won't teach your children what they are supposed to. We don't know when you're going to get 3-bedroom. Okay. What if your children grow under you until teenager? Will you tell them you not give them some information they need to know? So you cut your coat according to your size. Your privacy, okay, you have 1 bathroom in your house, for instance. When you are in, they lock the door. And the next person, before you even go in, just open the door, knock. Those are boundaries. Those are teaching privacy. Okay. So that's help in that aspect.
You mentioned age 1. Age 1 is quite young. A lot of children don't speak at that age. There are some that do. There are some that have been given some form of vocabulary. But a parent speaking to a 1-year-old, how did they begin? Where did they start from?
If a 1-year-old can be placed in front of Coco Melon,
okay,
to learn some things, you might think that they are listening, they are hearing you.
Okay.
They might not be able to reciprocate, they might not be able to answer you, but any information that is needed for them at that age appropriate, that is needed, give it to them. By the time they are going to use it, you will be surprised when they are going to make use of those things. It is not wrong to take a child to the door and say, before you go in, before you do anything.
No.
So you are showing that child. It's not necessarily only saying theory. You show them in a practical way. You role play whatever you want that child to do. Okay. A child finish eating, you show the child how to take the place to the kitchen. That's the way you introduce every other thing that has to do with the family structure with that child. A 1-year-old is already aware that you pray every morning.
Yes, of course.
Without even saying it, they have seen it. So these are one of the things, no child is too young to do this. Because we see cases out there that they molest even few months old child, 1-year, 2-year-old child. Even if it's a only no, you can introduce to that child at that age. Please do it. It's not too early and it's not too late.
So this is more about demonstration at that age.
At that age, yes.
It's about demonstration. It's
play.
about role playing and,
Yes.
showing the child what they should do. Now, I want to come a bit further back to the issue of values. I mentioned that there are some couples that haven't figured out their values. Can you give examples of what values parents need to have? Let's say if they have children in the teenage years.
Okay, so I know that parenting is hard work, like serious hard work. And then parenting needs more attention. The way we give attention to our job, to other things that we do, parenting also needs structures like we build businesses. Okay. Because we are dealing with generations here. And it's what you put in your child is going to, like generation, you know. Thank God that we are enlightened today. There are some things our parents did not pass to us that we learn deliberately, that we are going to pass to our children. So their children are going to continue. Sure. So when it comes to family value, who are you guys? What do you stand for? What do you believe? Who can men say you are? Who are you? If you are a Christian, are you a Christian by mouth? Do you do the word of God? You know, things like that. This is what we stand for in our family. We are honesty in our family.
Have honesty.
We have honesty.
Yeah.
When it comes to leadership, that is who we have. Not that by mouth. You act it. You behave it in your home.
Okay.
You act it. So it's like that 1 year old you talk about, is when you are acting those things, it will rub off on them. It is natural.
At this time, there is a midterm break for a lot of kids out there, and some parents that are probably still at home because of the nationwide strike that's going on. It might be one of those opportunities you can take to, you know, have a conversation with your kids. Let's see how many good family values we can instill and whether the sex conversation can begin. It's not a conversation that starts and stops in one day. It's something that is gradual, but at least we can start today. It's not a conversation that you should shy away from. And I have to say thank you so much for coming to talk to us about this today. Obviously, our conversation has just begun. We'll continue throughout the month of June and see how far we can encourage parents out there. All right, then, we're going to take a quick break. Please use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC and let us know your thoughts. All right, then. See you in a bit.